Hi, my name is Joyce Day. I'm a diamond leader with doTERRA, and I want to share with you a story of why we never want to assume that someone wouldn't be interested in building a business with doTERRA. Around 8 years ago, I was invited to an essential oils party by a woman that I had met one time the year before when I was on maternity leave for my daughter. And we had a 20-minute conversation at a mom's event. And then I had to go back to my corporate job and just never went to any other mom's events, and I never saw her again. But we friended on Facebook, and I always saw her posting about doing natural things and stuff like that over the course of that year. And I was always thinking that it would be fun to hang out with her. And so that year goes by, and to the outside world, I was definitely, if I were to look back at myself then, I was not someone that I would have considered a great candidate for the doTERRA business, because was very invested in my career. I was a hydrogeologist working at a consulting firm, monitoring for groundwater contamination in landfills, and was really invested in what I was doing. I'd spent a long time in my career building up my career, and was, to the outside world, was really happy with it. Very successful, made a great income, really, really busy. I worked a lot of hours. I had an infant daughter, my two step-kids that were in junior high, and I had a lot going on. And so if to the outside world, if I would have, I don't think people would have said, oh yeah, she's definitely looking for a business opportunity. But what people didn't know was that, and only really my husband knew, was that I was actually on my knees praying for a way out of my job. And it's not that I didn't love my job. I loved it. It was amazing. I worked really hard to get there. I was super active in the groundwater community in the state and all that good stuff. But behind closed doors, I had actually been praying for quite some time for some kind of a solution. I had considered how could I cut my hours? How could I spend more time with my daughter? My little baby girl was spending 50 hours a week in daycare. And when she was first born, I really struggled with this. And I really struggled with sending her to daycare. We hired a nanny for the first 9 months, and then we were forced to switch to daycare. And people kept telling me that it was going to get better. Oh, it'll get better. You'll get used to it. She'll get used to it. It'll be fine. And by about a year later, she was about 16 months old. It was the following summer in 2013. And I was struggling. I still loved what I did, but I really wanted to work less. And I didn't know how I could create any kind of an opportunity that would pay me as well as my career did, because my husband and I had built our home and our budget around two professional incomes. And to then be in a situation where all of a sudden I didn't want to be in that career path anymore, I couldn't think of anything that I could do that would replace even part of that income and be flexible and allow me to spend more time with my daughter. I thought about substitute teaching. I thought about I couldn't think of any other jobs that I could do that would pay anything close to what I was making. That I could work less, that kind of thing. And so I was literally on my knees praying for a way to my house or out of my career. I had a dream that we sold our house that my husband just loves. And, that's when he really started to realize that I was really struggling. And that was in late summer of 2013. That fall in November, I was invited to an oils party. Now, I was actually, even though I was trained in the environmental industry and was really doing a lot of natural stuff at home, I was pretty skeptical about essential oils. So, sometimes you run into that, and I was one of those people. But it's mainly because I'd only been exposed to essential oils at like health food stores, and I hadn't done a lot of homework on essential oils in particular. And once I was exposed to doTERRA, I could tell the difference right away. But what really captured my attention at that oils party that night, that was in November of 2013, was the gal that taught the party just said, hey, I don't even know what she said. I just know that she said that there was a business opportunity. And I sat there at the end of the class while she did her little talk, and I kind of stayed to myself and chatted a little bit with the other women. All these moms were there. And I thought, wow, I wonder wonder if I could do that. And I was afraid to even say it. I didn't tell anybody else. I didn't do any, I literally, but I couldn't help but be like, man, I wonder if I could make this work for me. So I went home. I spent the next 2 months being a good little scientist, testing out the oils on all my coworkers and people, sharing them just kind of around. There was a 200 PV promo that month in December for frankincense. I think I got 5 free bottles of frankincense because I was helping people. I was letting people check things out. I was giving them little retail orders and letting people order little things, but not enrolling anybody, still just feeling it out. But I think I got like 5 free bottles of frankincense between December all the way to January 15th. So, I was sharing a fair bit, placing orders and things like that. And by January, I realized I think I could do this. I like the oils. I feel like they work. I've tested them on enough people now. I feel like I could really do this. So I jumped in January of 2013. I basically put all that hard work and effort that I had got put into building my career. I put it all that I had into building that doTERRA business that first year. I built up to gold by December, was able to quit my job the few months afterwards. And, that's just my story. Everybody grows and does it at a different pace, but, that's just how it worked out for me. And it was a game changer. A little over a year and a half after I started, a little less than that actually, I was able to leave that corporate job, and I've been home with my daughter ever since. And that was, gosh, 2015, and that's been so almost 6 years, a little over 6 years job free as of the time of this recording. So I started building this business because I wanted the flexibility to be able to be home with my daughter, to be able to be there for her so that she didn't have to spend so much time in daycare. One of my lifelong dreams has been to have the opportunity to homeschool. I've now had the opportunity. We homeschooled all last year and we'll continue to homeschool this year. And I just feel incredibly blessed. I feel like I have so many more opportunities. There's no limits on what I decide to do. I still work hard just like I did in my career, but now I get to choose the direction of what that looks like and how it works. And I really love having the flexibility of it. And I still get to use all of my skills, my love of data, my love of tracking, my love of creating things and talking to people. I get to do all the things that I loved about being a hydrogeologist. I still do a lot of those things out in the community, but I get to set the terms for myself. So I hope this is a fun, if you find yourself if you're a corporate person that has kids at home, or just a corporate person who's looking for a different lifestyle, working that corporate lifestyle can get old over time, and it can be a struggle. It can be a mental burden. You can almost feel stuck in it because you're making such great money. But at the same time, it's so demanding in a lot of ways. And so to have an opportunity to still do great things in the world, build an amazing business, still feel like you're achieving great things, but get to do it on your own terms is a really powerful thing. So if this sounds like you, if you're ready to do something different and you want to pour all that hard work that you put into your career into something of your very own, doTERRA might be a great fit for you. So thanks so much.